Krishna Bhagwan keep talking about, meditate on the self and all that, and we still have a hard time, right? Because, and our teacher used to always say, if somebody says meditate on self, if I don't know who self is, how can I meditate on self? If somebody said meditate on halabulu, will I be able to do it? I don't know what halabulu is. It's the same concept that, hey, what self is, that's what we're going to start from, next 6 chapters in detail. कि ब्रह्मन है क्या, हर एक एंगल से, उसका प्रकृति से क्या संबंध है, आपसे क्या संबंध है, all that. It's so much. And what I have realized that more and more you study that, more and more your mind will dwell in that Brahman. That's what the Krishna Bhagavan wants, right? So that's why those things are very important. And Krishna Bhagavan takes so many different angles to explain it to us that it sinks in deeper and deeper and deeper, and then you will start seeing God everywhere, because you are catching it from every angle. That's the whole idea. Because just by studying chapter 6 is not enough. We have to go through Bhagavad Gita one entire time to get the best benefit of it. Then if you come back to chapter 1, 2 and all that, then you will understand better. Oh, now I know what he was talking about. Because it's the same thing, but he will elaborate and explain, and Arjun will ask many questions, and all that helps for us to sink in more and more and more.
Actually, Umaji, that is the question I ask myself too, what is the self? How do we know? Everybody say, think about self. And
exactly.
Realize. But what to realize? I know everybody say, we are not body, we are pure Atma. We know that, but how to realize that we are, we know that concept, that we are not body, we are pure Atma, and how to realize, that is the main thing.
Yes.
Now,
So he's going to start from chapter 7. That's exactly, and there are a couple of verses, it's so beautiful, and then one of them is, like the whole universe is strung with me meaning that Brahman. He's saying just like a necklace. Today, am I wearing a necklace? Yeah. But this is not that. जिसमें मोती होते हैं ना. So there are, it's like moti is there, but धागा एक होता है उसमें. वो धागा दिखाई नहीं देता. Right? अगर अच्छा कोई एक नेकलेस हो, धागा कभी नहीं दिखेगा. मगर बिना धागे के हो सकता है क्या? माला हो सकती है? No. So that Brahman is like the dhaga, he says, which holds the whole. I get goosebumps when I say this. It's such a beautiful analogy that the whole universe is held together, and everything that is held together is Brahman is involved in it. Even this class, it is like a mala only. This class, right? There are 40 people joined together, and 15 are here or whatever. It is like connected, so that connection happens because of Brahman. It can be taken from a microcosm or macrocosm, both ways. All this universe, people, scientists, some of them, not all, might say, oh, this universe like a chaos, kahan par explosion ho raha hai, kahan par kuch ho raha hai. But overall picture is a very harmonious. Even our solar system is very harmonious, and that's why we have the whole sun coming at a certain time. They can calculate everything because it's so, so that all that harmony is maintained because of that Brahman. So that verse is there, and then it's going to talk about higher Prakriti, lower Prakriti. Both are part of God only, but the lower Prakriti is this world, and all. He's going to talk about that, Panch Mahabhut and all that. And then the higher Prakriti is the consciousness, and that what sustains this. That's how he's going to explain. So I'm just giving a little preview for Meera ji and Naresh ji, so they get inspired to continue, and because it will be this is very important part that is coming now. That's what I was going to say.
No, actually my goal is to stay connected one way or another, because the reason is if you drop it in the middle, then coming back to it might be harder.
Yeah, it is definitely harder, and then you might not get those concepts because that flow will break. So I think that even if you are traveling, if you can keep up with just listening and all that, or even studying on your own. Suppose if you can't, take a Bhagavad Gita with you. Once in a while, you can read it. Yeah, the Swamiji's commentary and all that. So any other question or comment? We have 10 minutes.
You know what I was thinking? I have crazy ideas. This straight talked about in chapter 7.
First of all, no idea is crazy.
No, but and I said, okay. And when first time I read it, I said, if I keep on putting different type of knots in the same thread, of the thread, that is the real thing, because what we are is made of the 5 elements, and what the 5 elements are nothing but consciousness, the reality. So we are really nothing but that. So that thread has all the knots, different type of knots, the big, small, and everything, but they are of that itself.
Yeah, you can, but sometimes what happens is to reach that higher state of thinking, it's not that easy. You have been probably studying for a long time, so your mind quickly goes to that oneness. But there are people, who may not get there, but then this is other path. Hey, if Bhagwan is saying meditate on the self, I still don't understand what that self is. So catching it from the lower stages, one by one, and building that pyramid, I guess. So that's what Krishna Bhagwan is doing. He gave the highest knowledge, and here in Upanishad, they always start with the highest one first. Yeah. So if you got it, hey, you don't need to worry. You got it. But if you didn't, then there is another, like it's going to happen in Kathopanishad now. Tejamehananji said, okay, now I got convinced. In this verse, I got convinced that here and now I need to do it. Now tell me what to do. And Yamaraj is saying, अरे मैंने देखो 10 बार तो बोल दिया, कोई बात नहीं, मैं वापस बताता हूँ. Okay? फिर उन्होंने another angle लिया. Because this subject is so subtle, it's not like 2 + 2 is 4 and you're done. It's very like trigonometry or whatever they call it, calculus and all those things. You got to spend some time with it, then you get it. So even if tomorrow, okay, now meditate, we did the whole meditation thing, right? But another thing I want to tell you, we didn't get a chance now, unfortunately. It would have been nice if I finished chapter 6 before we left, but it didn't happen. The last verse, Krishna Bhagwan is telling him what kind of yogi is the best one. Become a yogi, he said. And who is that yogi? Who can merge himself with the God. Self, okay. मतलब उसको सबसे ज़्यादा importance दिया. And when you see all the different meditation styles that are coming in the world, half of them don't even talk about the self. कृष्ण भगवान ने मतलब फाइनल उसका जो कंक्लूजन चैप्टर 6 में दिया है, इतना ज़्यादा दिया है. तो to me, anybody from India who wants to meditate, they must read this chapter 6. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Because there's so much confusion about how to meditate, and Krishna Bhagwan has covered every aspect of it.
I think I should read the chapter again by
yes,
myself.
I think that I would encourage everybody to do that. Yeah. This, because after we have understood everything, then when you read it next time, it will sink in better. Third time, even better.
Yeah.
So this is something we have to continue our entire life. In fact, to me, after we finish all 18 chapters, I don't know how many years it will happen. If we are still on this earth, we should continue again.
You're right, it's more like a marathon. It's not a sprint. Like you can't.
Yes, there you go. Or it's like that bead, वो माला, जपते जाओ, ये भी वही है. तो फिर वो deep जाएगा.
तो ऐसे ही इसका एक चाहे स्टोरी समझ लीजिए, चाहे कुछ ऐसा समझिए कि जब ध्रुव महाराज को 6 महीने में ज्ञान प्राप्त हुआ, तो लोग उससे पूछने लगे भगवान से कि भाई ये कैसे हो सकता है कि 6 महीने में ये इनको ज्ञान मिल गया. तो भगवान ने उनको बताया कि देखो सामने वो एक पहाड़ है हड्डियों का. ये सब लाइफ टाइम उसके ये ध्रुव महाराज की हड्डियां हैं. So it took him that many lifetimes to get nirvana or like get the gyan. So don't think it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You can't just get it when you get it this time, maybe it was all your previous births. You're already done that.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
So Umaji, self we can say, when we say concentrate on self, then can we think as a breath too, or is not?
ब्रेथ का डेंजर ये है कि फिर वो दूसरा पूरा एक्चुअल सेल्फ क्या है वो नहीं समझ में आएगा. ब्रेथ से ऑब्वियसली देयर यू विल माइंड विल गेट क्वाइटर, नो डाउट यू विल गेट लॉट ऑफ बेनिफिट, you know. But what Krishna Bhagwan encourages us is that meditation should lead us to the highest. तो breath में actually प्राण भी, I don't know whether you remember, in कठोपनिषद में आया था प्राण को एक जगह ब्रह्मन भी बोला है, because coming from there. Right?
Yeah.
So pran bola, to when we say pran means we take it as a breath, and breath is a very powerful tool to meditate, but this is just a tool. You cannot take this as like final destination. That's all it is, you know. So that's the danger, and when people do other kind of meditation, it gives them benefits. So we're not going to say that nothing good happens. A lot of good things happen, but then unless you get that understanding and knowledge, it won't take you to the highest. That's what it is. That's why knowing the self is very, very important. That what are they talking about? What is our relationship with it? And how do I get there? What are the characteristics of it? You know? So, I mean, in the end, it's going to be, hey, everything is Brahman. But yes, line बहुत आसान है अपने लिए बोलना, everything is Brahman. But Krishna Bhagwan is going to take you step by step why everything is Brahman. You know, scientifically bolo, logically, everything he's going to talk about. Because the world is so complicated from the physical perspective. It's constantly changing, new things are coming. Just when we think that we caught up with the technology, something new pops up. You know? Can we ever win a race in today's world the way it's going?
Yeah.
We can't even imagine the kind of things they start talking about. It is like, is it possible? You know?
हर 6 महीने में हमारी आईफोन बदलना पड़ेगा to stay on top of the technology.
I know, and the worst thing is कि जो बहुत पुराना होता है, it doesn't sync with things then. So, कोई बोले, okay, I'm happy with my phone. Phone is not happy with you.
Yeah.
Very true.
You know?
Very well said. Very well said.
Yeah. So
I don't want to change your phone, but there's no option. Phone is not happy
with you, yeah. And then another thing I tell you this ये technology जो है ना कितना भी ये लोग कर ले, nothing in the world can replace human brain. Nothing.
Yeah.
Huh? So I'll tell you this happened in our house only. Our son, who is like, is the Tesla. A lot of you might have it too. I don't, but he does. So he's always singing the glory of Tesla. Oh, my car is so great. Mom, you got to have it. Mom, this, that. Okay, Baba, it is good. I know it is great. Then he comes and spends the night at our house, and he put the car on the driveway, and the car is flashing. And the light is coming in our bedroom, and both my husband and I cannot sleep. And so, what is happening? We had to wake him in the middle of the night and say, why your car is flashing when we can't sleep? So he also got totally puzzled. And then he said, Mom, my car only flashes if somebody's walking around it. I said, nobody's walking around it. Our house is at such a steep, nobody comes here. You know. Finally, he figured out our neighbor had a LED light shining on very strong. And together with the fog, it creates the illusion for the car that it is somebody's walking around.
Oh my God.
So he did all the research and he told me, Mom, that's what happened. My car thought that somebody, I said, this is what I'm talking about. Kitna bhi tera Tesla advance ho jaye, it cannot replace human brain. Human will know that it is a LED light and there is a fog.
You know, that's a new one I heard about Tesla. Our son has a Tesla too, so we'll watch out when he's spending the night here.
Yeah. So he also got puzzled, but he didn't give up because he didn't want his car to malfunction. So he said, yeah, it happened to other people too because this phenomena is there. So God ने जो machine बनाई है ना, हमारी brain, हम कितना भी artificial intelligence कर ले, in my mind, okay, at least from my it's going to be impossible for them to mimic a real brain.
Very true.
Yeah. Because there are so many other aspects to our mind. There's emotions there is previous sanskaras, all that plays a role. Us making a decision and knowing what it is.
Even the eyes, Umaji, the megapixel the eye has, there is no camera ever going to be.
Exactly. Yes. And I mean, अपना तो eye is very simple one, but मैंने सुना है कि जो animals की कोई eyes होती है ना, इतनी advanced होती है इनकी eyes, it can see like so many kilometers away, and it has multiple cameras, and it can see 180 degrees. पता नहीं क्या सुना है. People.
Look at the bird of prey.
Yes.
They see the little mouse 2 miles up in the sky.
Right. And even the smell, dogs and all that,
Yeah.
their smell of, sense of smell is like 1,000 times more than us.
I can tell you a story about it. I had one apple. The dog came and sat by me.
Oh, yeah. You were talking and you got in trouble.
He came and sat by me. So the handler is telling him, we already gave it away. So even when I didn't have, I only carried it.
Still
was able to smell it.
Right. Yeah, so the God's creation is just unmatched. That's what it is. Okay, so I guess time up. So everybody stay happy, healthy for next 3 weeks.
But have a good trip.
Have a nice
good
trip.
Yeah, great. You too, Maji.
Yeah, and I'll be missing all of you because all of you are my favorite people who come and study Bhagavad Gita with me.
We are an extended family, Umaji. Yeah?
Yes, that's how I feel. Honestly, I do feel like that. So thank you, everybody. And
Have a safe trip. Yeah.
Have a safe trip. Have a wonderful trip.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come back and continue the good work that you are doing.
Yeah, I'll continue as long as I can, definitely.
Hari Om, everyone.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om, everyone.